Have you ever, I'm sure, I don't have to even ask you, that you open your drawer and you find one zucchini, and you find one potato left, and you find very dry bread, and you wonder, you feel guilty about throwing it away, but at the same time, like, what are you going to do with it? Well, I'm going to show you today. We're going to make Robillita. It's a Tuscan soup that it's use all the vegetables. Basically, use one zucchini. If you have two, use two zucchinis, cabbages, onions, celery, potatoes, beans. It's very good soup because it's a meal soup. It's between your vegetables, your beans, your bread. You're having almost all the food group in one pot. It's very healthy. It tastes good second day, third day. And the most important thing, like I said, you use all your I wouldn't say leftovers, but what's left in your vegetable drawers. First thing we're going to start, we have a crushed pepper here. It's a little bit spicy, and we're going to add some olive oil to it. And usually when I make this soup, when I plan to make this soup, I start this process kind of 2 days before or the day before. The reason is when you scoop your Robillita to eat it, you drizzle a little bit of the spicy olive oil on it, and it brings the flavors of everything. So we're going to start by sauteing the celery, carrots, and onion. So we're sauteing the onion, celery, and the carrots in olive oil, and when they're like almost done, I don't like to overcook my vegetable. I like to have something crispy, so I don't, basically about 5 minutes. Then I put garlic, basil, smells fabulous, and then we add water. You don't want to burn the garlic, because if you burn the garlic in the pot, it gives it a bitter taste to your sauce. So just when you start smelling your garlic, you add your water, and we add diced tomatoes. Add 16 ounces. Salt. Well, this is pepper. And then salt. And always take it easy with the salt. You can always add salt when you're eating, but you cannot take it away from the pot. We need more water. At this stage, if you're using dry beans, that's when you're going to add them. You just add your dry beans and you bring it to boil and just simmer until your beans are done. I already boiled the beans, so we'll add the beans and the vegetables after the sauce boil. So the water basically is boiling with the tomatoes, the celery, carrots, onion. Now before you put your vegetables, make sure you taste it. Always taste your food. Can you imagine if you had sugar instead of salt and then your guests eat it? So always taste your food. Okay, it's going to be a little bit salt, so I'll add it. Okay, at this stage I will add my potatoes. We're going to add the vegetables one at a time. Potatoes takes longer to cook than the zucchini and the cabbage. And like I said, I already boiled my beans, so I'll leave them to the end, because we don't want mushy beans. You want the beans with textures. So this soup, you have potatoes, you have cabbage, you have zucchini, you have beans, and bread, and cheese if you like, which make it a complete meal. So we'll wait about 5 minutes. It won't take long for the potatoes cube to be done. Not soft, mushy, but done. Then we add the rest of the vegetables. So about 7 minutes, I check my potatoes. They're half done, so at this point I'll add zucchini diced, same size as the potatoes. I told you, this soup you can use all the vegetables you have. And then some cabbages. If you have Swiss chard, you can add Swiss chard. If you have spinach, baby spinach, you can do that. What I like about the cabbage or the Swiss chard, they don't disappear in water. The spinach does. And then we're going to bring it to boil, and we boil it and then turn it down and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. By then the vegetables will be done. Then we can add our beans and our bread. If you look at the soup, you can, just from the look, you can smell how good it looks and how wonderful and how healthy. Now we just add the vegetables are done, but they're not mushy, which we want. Now you add the cannellini beans, kidney beans, and I just boil about 2-3 pounds in a crock pot, and then I just put them in a Ziploc bag and save them in my freezer. This way, anytime I want to make soup, I just defrost the bag and it's ready. And then, remember the old bread, very dry, you don't know what to do with it? Well, we're going to add it now. And at this stage, what I do, I just turn it off and let the bread soak some of the sauce, and then we'll show you how to serve it. Can you smell it? And it looks fabulous. So now when you want to serve it, just put the pot. And I love the soup second day. The bread by then is gonna absorb most of the liquid. And you can leave the bread like this, or you can mash it with the fork. I like it this way. Then you add, remember, your spicy olive oil, and that's optional, but trust me, it adds very nice flavor. At this point, your soup is vegan. If you're vegetarian, you can add some Parmesan cheese, and then for taste and look, add some scallion. See how nice it looks? What I recommend this soup, it's very good for parties, because no matter how hard you try to make a small batch, by the time you add everything, you have a big pot. It's wonderful for like a Super Bowl, birthday parties, and everybody just spoon what they like and then put the topping. Usually I would wait a little bit before I eat. It's boiling hot. I just want to express. Fabulous. I hope you make it and you'll enjoy it.